What's happening, everybody?
Howdy, howdy.
We are back again. What we're doing now is basically a recap from what you just heard about going to Mud Creek Baying in Ringling, Oklahoma, in the middle of a giant field with no trees.
With no trees.
No trees.
No trees.
1,742 degrees.
And about 1 million grasshoppers.
Yes, I was attacked by grasshoppers every day. It was
We
bad.
even saw some UFOs.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
we did. A couple times. Bigfoot was there. No, that was a guy named Luke. Shout out to Mr. Luke. That's my buddy right there, Luke Reasoner. We met a lot of great people. I mean, there was this had a woods event, a woods class in this deal instead of a woods option. It's the same thing in theory, but instead of having your woods dogs, mixed in with the open class and the pro dogs and all that, it was just the woods dogs baying at one time. And we did a one dog deal like that. I mean, we had fun.
Oh,
It was a show.
Yeah, it was blast. I had a good time. Everybody is coming up to us and they're like, man, y'all pretty hot. And Nate and Joey and I are standing around not even sweating. Like, no. I mean, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's over 100 degrees, but there's no humidity. So
And the wind's blowing.
and the wind's
Oh, yeah,
blowing.
it was
It had
nice.
a great breeze the whole time. And we're like, no, this is actually not too bad.
Yeah, we're
We're not in a damn armpit of the south.
no swamp
Yeah,
bass.
swamp.
But the overall event was really good. It went pretty damn smooth. The hogs, man.
Oh, phenomenal stock.
Yeah,
the stock.
Phenomenal stock.
Yes, sir. They.
I mean, what we have, over 120-ish, 130 runs,
Yeah.
and had how many catch-outs?
Five or six total.
Yeah,
I think it was 6.
Yeah.
Total. So that's pretty
yeah,
good.
that's pretty good numbers. And Rusty assured us that there will be no catch-outs.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, next bay, we're gonna try to. Right now, we're looking for about the second weekend in December. Nothing in stone 100% yet, but it's like 95%. I talked with Rusty this morning as we were driving home, which we're still driving home right now. We got a couple of hours before we get there, and like I said, we're going to do a 1 and 2 dog woods class next time.
And the woods class gets judged a little differently. And
Yeah,
so
it's not as tight judging.
yeah. And so we've been working on rolling around a few different ideas of how to judge it as well.
Well, we're all going.
Yeah.
We'll have to just come together on a few things. That way, we have something.
A format.
Yeah, a format to go by. Because you can't. I don't think you can truly judge what a woods dog does versus what a pro baby dog.
Yeah.
It just there's so much concentration involved with pro stock that. I mean, most woods dogs just don't have that.
Right.
They have it in a different style.
Right. And another thing too is a lot of those guys were kind of down on, when their woods dogs would go in there and, it took them a second to get going and then they'd get going. Well, one thing that you have to understand is most of the time in the woods, your dog's baying with at least one other dog, and then those same guys, a group of boys from Oklahoma ran their dogs in 2 dogs, and their
like
dogs
day and night, dude.
their dogs look really good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Aspen dog.
Aspen
Yeah,
looked
that
good.
Aspen dog could be a vaping dog.
Oh, what was that other one? Ran with Dove.
Pete.
Pete.
Oh, Pete.
My kind of dog. He was hanging, son.
Yes, sir.
Pete
Pete was
four
one of the
times.
catch outs.
Yeah, he was. I think that was the last
Pete,
last catch
yeah,
out.
Pete had a couple scars.
Yeah, them boys are running some good dogs.
Yeah, and they were woods dogs too.
Yeah, they were not. Like I said, the in the actual woods class, they went in there and they bayed and stuff, but you could tell that like they felt out of place.
Right.
They were a little nervous.
Yeah.
But then the next day, like they stayed. They came back the next day and they entered in the open class. And I mean, like I said, did extremely well.
Dogs look really good.
Heath's dog, Bubba, what was his last name, Nate?
Bubba Collins.
Bubba Collins.
Yeah.
Shout out, kudos on that. That dog right there was a fine specimen of a bay dog. And the only issue that had, the only dogs against him was where Bubba was hollering at him, just carrying on, hooping, because he was doing a good job.
Right.
And the dog kept looking back, and another guy did the same thing.
Yeah.
Carter did that to 12. 12 had a flawless bay going, and Carter's like, yeah, get him, 12. 12 looks like, yeah, I got him, bro. Don't worry about it. I got him.
Hey, I think I got a stern scolding from Hunter about that if I ever said my dog's name again, then I would get in a lot of trouble. So
I imagine so.
But yeah, no,
she told me how she was feeling when she was up there.
Yeah, she got on to me for that. But I was telling y'all earlier that I'd never seen 12 in one dog except for one time at Hickory Crossing, and he went in there and went barked twice, turned around and came right back to me.
Yeah.
And he's always been a good two dog. I mean, he's gonna do his part in two dog, but with Broughton Island coming up, I wanted to make sure that he was going to be able to one dog. And had Rusty not had the Woods dog class, then I probably wouldn't have ran him in a one dog class up here, and I would have kind of gone down there blind. But he had a pretty good day in the woods class and ended up winning it. And then the next day I entered him in the pro class, and he was one of 6 or 7 perfects, beta perfect in the first round, and then ended up calling him out because they already had a bunch of perfect, or had 3 perfects in the bay off, and I was the last run, and he still had a couple 2-dog runs. So, but yeah, no, the Woods class I think is awesome, because it's one of those things that it helps grow the sport, and you're looking at your dog versus. You're not watching a pro dog go and seeing that and thinking that your dog has to equal that. You're looking at your dog against equal competition
and feel discouraged
and equal competence of dogs. And I think the Woods, and man, I promise you, with a 2-dog Woods class, it's gonna be a dadgum show, especially with the stock that Rusty has in there. Those hogs are spunky. They don't like getting caught, and
they don't really. They're not runners.
No,
per se.
No,
I mean they move.
They'll trot a little bit and get out there in the middle. There were more bays in the middle this weekend than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
and
probably more than I've.
Yeah, maybe ever.
There was a lot of them in the middle.
There was some really good dogs.
Middle.
There was a few dogs that got creamed.
Oh man,
literally 10 foot, 15 foot from the gate, knock them all the way back to the gate.
Old Bob Swayze, Bob in the bay.
Bob's like, dude, look here.
Bob's like, I said, Bob, you will go back, and he kind of looked back at me. He looked at the hog, and then he looked back at me. I said, all right, hog out.
Mm-hmm. Eric Mealy had a little female dog that was in there, and she got rolled up hard, buddy. And hey, kudos to Eric. Eric just like, hey, I ain't no sense in all that, because that son bitch was rough. I mean, rough. And Eric has some fine dogs.
Oh man,
really, he does.
I respect him as much as I respect anybody in
Woods. Don't matter.
And part of that is I mean, the Joker shows up at everything, and he has put in his time. I mean, he sat on the judge stand for all one dog.
Yep.
He's put in his time, and he puts in his money, and he shows up, and that's extremely respectable to me.
Shout out to Spencer for judging
Oh yeah, Spencer's
He
a man
help.
in a hand too. That joker.
Dude,
How about him tackling that hog? With
Yeah,
that?
when OJ would call out, yeah, dude, he like bombed it.
Oh,
I
it
was
was-
like, dang, because I went in there and actually, I was like, well, I'm gonna go in there and help.
Yeah.
Shit, Spencer come off the
Spencer.
top rope. I swear he done a backflip
Well,
or something.
I was like, well, OJ's got the pig. This is fine. And then Spencer he fucked the hog up worse than OJ did. I was like,
yeah,
damn, we're going to have to get Spencer off of the break
Yeah.
stick. Shit.
it was something. I mean, his boys,
Oh, them boys.
those
Yes,
boys
sir.
worked the chute and the gates.
They did a good job.
And I can't remember little man's name, but by God, he worked.
Oh, he worked the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like two full days,
2 full days and 100 plus, and he
Yes.
he worked the whole time
all day long.
and never complained.
No.
Never
Oh, he was having
never
a
said,
good time.
"Dad, let me do this."
Yep.
And no, he just he was up there working.
Yep, he kept strolling right through it.
He was either working or hitting on Hunter.
Yes.
One of the two.
Yeah, he was hound dogging Hunter.
Yeah.
So, Big Josh, he's.
How about that Leon dog?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
watch his one dog run?
Yeah, he's a little rank.
Golly,
I like
that's
it.
That's
Right.
OJ's
it was
brother.
like a borderline catch out for the entire
I
run.
don't know if that ain't the same one, is it?
Yeah, that's the one he got from Cody.
Oh, did he wind up getting him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
that
that's
big,
OJ's brother.
ugly
Yeah.
looking.
Oh yeah, he's
That's
ugly.
the one that John Andrews and them had, correct? Yeah, because he,
I don't know.
yeah, because I got
I
OJ and then Cody got Leon down there in Downs. We came and picked him up. I carried him. I took him down there.
That dog is ugly as sin, but
Yeah.
it's a good dog.
Yeah,
man.
he's
that was a
definitely a
fun
good
run to
dog.
watch.
Now, I mean, he had several dogs that were
Oh yeah,
on it for real. His Woods dog, he had one in there that bayed really good. Because we had two come back for first place, two for second place, two for third place bay offs. Had two of them tied for. And then what we did is just baited off for third, bait off for second, bait off for first. And so it wound up being 12 for first. Bubba's dog, Floyd was the dog's name.
Yeah.
And then Matt. That rounded those out. They were all good dogs. There was a lot of really good bays, but there was a lot of no scores too.
right.
Like they got hammered. It was there were some people that were humbled. I guarantee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it is a. Well, and it's it's a different environment in the woods. You have contour and everything, and things that can protect you. I mean, shoot, there were a couple dogs trying to get out, man. They didn't want no more. They was trying to get out.
Yeah. There was a couple of people trying to get out too. And hogs, man, dude, that thing's
Who was that girl that got ate up?
I don't know.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man,
Was it yesterday? In the one
I
dog?
can't remember. I think it might have been.
I was making nameplates
Yeah.
down there in the thing.
Man, it was really close to her getting ate up, but she was trying to get the dog going, and the hog was kind of standing over there in the shadows. Dog wouldn't really get going. Well, the hog turns around, sees that gate's open, and she's in there, and the hog just, beelines, and she's holding the dog, and right when that hog is about to the front of the truck from us, she lets that dog go, and the dog started baying, but the hog did not care about the dog. The hog was trying to get her and get through the gate. He was trying to get a 2-for-1. Ed and I were sitting there like, oh, he was almost to freedom. She hung in there though. I'll give her that. She got more nuts than I do. I'd have been on the wall.
Yeah, just get out the way.
Yes,
let
sir.
it roll. So, but let's see what else. We had
The dash dogs. Nate, tell us about the dash dogs.
That's what you say. What was the most exciting thing there, or most
It was
odd thing
heavily talked
besides
about.
UFOs?
Yeah, the
besides
UFOs were
was the dash dogs. man.
So, I've probably eaten way more hot dogs than any government program would recommend the past couple days.
Tell us your cooking method on those.
So it's hot as hell here. And I was like, I don't want to start a fire because all the grass is dead here.
Yeah.
And there's 10-inch cracks in the
And there's
ground.
burn ban signs
Yeah.
everywhere.
So I was like, we we bought these hot dogs, and I can't eat a cold hot dog. I just not a cold wiener
Don't
guy.
like no wieners like that.
No, and so I was like, well, I've seen Dad put like sandwiches while we were working, like in construction, like during the winter, on the dash when we first started, and they'd be like semi-warm, and I was like, well, hell, it'll cook these things. And so I just put the hot dogs and left them in the pack, and I'd flip them every couple hours and let them cook. And it turned out better than I thought.
I can't tell you how many times I walk back down to the truck and Nate is walking around with a piece of white bread and a dash dog in his
Poor boy
hand.
hot dog bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good though. He was like,
It was
"Want
very
some?"
economical, though.
I said, yeah, I'll try one. I was like, hey, it ain't too bad.
I did not partake in
So
the
They,
dash
they
dog.
were all
Dash
beef
dog.
hot dogs. They were all beef.
Yeah,
I have
no
class.
cheap
I
stuff.
have class, all
Big boy
right.
stuff. Big boy stuff here.
I did not. They had some good barbecue up there too.
Yes.
Yes.
I probably spent $60 on barbecue sandwiches
I don't have-
over the course of 2 days.
Yeah, I didn't have $6 to spend on barbecue.
I was out there panhandling.
Trying to make it up. But the overall setup up there that Rusty has, I mean, you got a nice open area. There's plenty of water and stuff like that. If you go during the summer, bring you some sunshade for your dogs.
Yeah. I think that was one of the best things that we did. We kept those dogs in the shade all day, and
you could tell.
I'll be honest. Everybody did a good job of keeping their dogs in the shade. There was no dogs. There were no dogs really sitting out in the sun, and you could see that a couple of those bay-off dogs, you could tell they were getting a little bit hot. Their spit was getting white and whatnot. Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, everybody's stock, did really well.
They're Mr. Don Coggins, he came.
Oh yeah.
I'd like throw a shout out about that, because I mean that's what 17, 18 hours drive
That's a
for him.
long
It's
way
long ways. He brought the dogs out. They done it. I really didn't get to watch, but like one bay, I think.
Blake looked good from what I saw.
I was going to say,
him a couple
I don't know.
times.
We did a lot of nameplates and collars.
Yeah,
so.
no, they did look good.
And then Ronnie Creek, dude, them pups he's got.
Paul.
Dude, them pups.
Yeah.
Me and you were trying to get him off of those pups.
Yes.
He wasn't even acknowledging us.
No, I mean, I was like, dude, you're my granddad, and you won't even give me a puppy. Nope.
Well, we watched him in the puppy bay,
dude,
and he had that black dog with the white face.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I seen how that dog was looking before it even got into the bay, and I was like, this is fixing to be it right here.
And it was. I mean,
It sure enough was.
Yeah.
He won it with that dog, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he got first and second.
Yeah.
In the puppy bay, and then what else? He got won something in the old and young.
Yeah. I think he won something in the old and young. I think too.
I think this is Ronnie's breakthrough.
Yeah, y'all better watch out for
these
Ronnie
are pups
Creek.
that they were bred up and born on his yard and that he's raising.
Yeah.
And he started the way that he wants to do it and all that. So it's kind of his thing, his turn on it as a dog man.
You were talking about him tempoing those dogs yesterday when he would speak to them.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
He put a lot of, you can tell the amount of time he's putting in there, because like a lot of us will talk our dog up, and then you'll see people that'll try to talk their dog down. Try to talk your dog down is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Try. I watched him do it every time. They would be, the hog goes to moving, they're on his ass. I'm talking about they're stopping, spinning, pulling him around. As soon as he looks at him and they're still fired up, Ronnie will talk to him. He'll get loud, tell him easy, stay easy, and then he'll get softer and softer. And every time, every octave he drops, the dogs drop.
Yeah.
The slower they get.
That's just a testament to the work that he's put into them.
And they'll go from to ow. And then when the hog gets to moving, right back up. They don't want to slow down. They're still fired up.
Right.
But then he starts and he brings them back down. And that's when I had to talk to him. I was like, come here. let's talk about these dogs.
Yeah.
And so far, from what I see, they're really nice dogs.
Oh yeah,
without
there ain't
a
no
doubt.
doubt. Both of
I think they're
those
like
dogs.
8-9 months old now.
Yeah, 9 months old, I think.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So he should still be in good shape to run puppy at Tyler. And then he make I think October, Downsville too. So that'll be
that's a couple
something
dogs
to
I'll
see.
be watching
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm gonna watch them for sure. If I can get my damn pawpaw to let me have one of them puppies, I might even enter a puppy. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I mean, I like to see somebody that does it and has a purpose and drive to do things, and I think it's pretty cool that Ronnie's doing that. So my hat's off to him doing that stuff there, because it's from going from the shit that he does all the time to conforming
Right.
and changing into this.
Because there's a lot of people that won't do it.
Yeah, and he's opinionated and he's got his own ways of doing things, and a lot of people have their ways of doing things that's tried and true, and they're going to say, well, your method isn't going to work because of this or because of that. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where it's at, but he's done pretty damn good with them pups as far as I can tell. I'm not an expert by no means, but
No.
I mean, I know what I like. And that's what I'm
I
saying.
like what I like.
Yeah.
I like Hunter's little gremlin dog she got off of Rodney Andrews too.
That little dog was getting
Oh, yeah.
Them ants
Getting his ass ate up,
He was getting
I
it.
thought he
Them
was getting
ants were
hot or
getting
something.
him.
I was like, man, he's not in the sun. Like, we moved the canopies around, and he just went to hollering, and he was digging. Junior started digging like that when he gets hot, trying to cool off. Hell, I couldn't find nothing. Then she's talking about them fire ants popping him on the cods. I was like, oh my God. And then I felt bad. I was like, damn, dude, I'm sorry.
That's why he was so fired up in the bay.
Yeah, he was. I'm telling
He's
you.
spunky. I think he's going to be a dog for sure.
Was this his first bay?
Yeah, it's his
First time home? Yeah.
He has bayed. I think she's bayed him once in a pen, but this is his first time traveling or getting hauled to an event
To
or
an
anything.
event, yeah.
Right.
That's what Ronnie said about them pups. That was their first one.
Yeah. What he told me, he's like, this is their first time to town.
Yeah.
Like, if we're considering Ringling a town.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. There was, I was trying to think any other puppies that really stood out. There was one or two.
somebody had a daggum man-eater in there.
But I don't
It was
know
a puppy.
the name.
I can't think of the name, but the dog, like, time was called, and the dog was like, all right, this is enough. I'm going to catch this hog. And, I mean, it was for, we were talking about it earlier, all the hogs did a really good job.
Yes.
And they were all green, and they did a good job getting into the chute. And,
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, the return was crazy.
But
it was good.
But this hog wouldn't go into the chute, and this little pup, this 9-10-month-old pup, big old block-headed joker, was sitting there trying for like a minute to catch this hog. And he wasn't trying to catch him on the butt, he was trying to catch him on the ear, and he finally got him. I wish I would remember the dog's name and the owner of the dog to give him a shout out, but if he hears it, he'll know who I'm talking about.
We ran a couple of puppies of ours, Royal Nates.
Yeah.
One of them's that M&M pup off of Jeans, Jeans Matador and Mercy, and then another one's a Kimmerker. And we were just trying to see if he's really even going to do anything.
Like, that was the first time he had
but-
ever been in a bay pen.
Yeah, he's been in the woods.
Yeah, and he was like, he's a big people guy, and so he was doing a lot of looking at the people. He's like,
Tell you, he's not a big people guy.
Dude,
yeah, the other one is
Eminem
not
is
a big
not.
people guy.
He is not.
Eminem don't like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes like 3 things, and it's me, Ella, and Dad.
Yeah. And
He likes
for a
Rodney.
while, he didn't even like me. I mean, like, I had to discipline him.
Yeah.
I'll use that term. Yeah,
He
Dale
thought my
Brownlee.
finger.
Yeah, did he get you?
He thought my fingers were one of Nate's
Oh.
dash dogs or something. Because every time I walked by him, he didn't act too nice to me.
And that's what was, I don't know. Like, there was a couple of times where there was a crowd of people standing around. I was watching, I was like, if they get close, I'm going to tell them.
Right.
That guy, Luke, he was all right beside him and stuff.
Yeah.
But now he knew. Luke knew. I told him right off the bat. I said, Luke, that son of a gun might bite you. Now I don't know. I said, he's very weird. You know, if he don't know you and you just walk up to him,
just be careful.
Yeah, just don't just reach down there. That's because he might growl and let you know. Then again, he might not.
Yeah.
And hell, it was cool. It was fine. Now, at first, when he tried to pet him, he didn't really show a lot of aggression, but he just kind of turned his head a little bit and let his head down, and he growled just a little. But I was standing right there, and I petted him, and then he was that far, you know, like an inch from me. And he was like, nah, I'm not going to push the dog, man. And that's what it takes. People don't need to do that.
Well, yeah, and I think, you know, part of it is being able to read a dog, you know, and not doing something stupid to put yourself in any danger. But talking about him baying, he looked pretty good in the what y'all bait him in the puppy?
Yeah. I
bait
bait
him
him
twice in the puppy, and then you ran him in
the old and young with Junior.
The old and young with Junior,
and he looked real good.
He looked good in the old and young with Junior.
Yes.
There was a noticeable difference.
Yes, every run he got better. The first run, he caught him off guard when the hog come out. I was laughing because he was standing there looking, and the hog just popped out of the wall, and he was like, what's happening?
I don't have to go hunt for this.
Dude, and that's what I'm saying. You look at that dog, and you would think, well, this puppy is just starting to bay and all that.
Right.
No. No. That son of a bitch right there will get yonder and find his own hog.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just weird how much that transition to the pen can affect him.
One thing I noticed about Eminem, he was looping just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I big bluffed him or charged him, he would work and he had some moves about it.
He's got some
but then
moves.
he'd be like swinging and just throw a loop just for the hell of it. And I was like,
Well,
You know,
I think it's from being in the woods, being free to do it.
Yeah.
But the
He
more,
did
like I
that
said,
just
the more
to piss you off, Nate. He did that just to piss you off.
That's
exactly.
He is like a child.
That's exactly why he did it. He did that just to piss you off.
I
He's
think
like,
if we'd have baited him about 3 more times,
oh yeah,
he would have been
tight
sitting there. 'Cause every time.
By the last time, I almost had him where I called him out, and then that's when I was talking to Josh. Josh was like, "You about told me too late." I said, "I didn't think he was going to get anywhere near you." I said, "And you were much quicker on the collar because he was just running by, and Josh just reached down and snagged him." I was like, "Damn, I didn't." Kind of surprising.
Yeah, and you know there was not a huge amount of people there. We had a good turnout. But it wasn't like, thousands of people or hundreds and hundreds of dogs lined up. But man, everybody there was helping each other, doing whatever. Everybody, didn't. I could tell you how many people were helping work the chutes and pins or whatever needed a hand. The only downfall that I seen or even heard anybody say anything was the people leaned against the fence.
Yeah.
Or against the actual pen, and it was really just like around the front gate. I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But once it gets down the sides and toward the back,
right,
then it is because there's nothing there. Then there's one person or 2 people. The
well,
dog's walking,
and just there was one run and dog had a perfect, and somebody stood up and right beside the pen, and the dog just peeked over at him real quick.
But that's all it takes.
And that's all it took. It was a 9-9.
And that's, it's nobody's doing it intentionally
No.
at all.
It was definitely not intentional.
There was quite a few people that came just to watch.
Oh yeah.
They did bring dogs and stuff, and that was pretty cool. The woods class harnessed the local people, the local hunters.
Yeah.
Man, and I am fired up for the 2-dog woods class.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be a show.
Well, all them. What I can't remember everybody's name.
I do.
Noah,
Gabe,
Ricky,
Braxton, Ricky, Tyler, and then I can't remember Ricky and Braxton's brother, the blonde-haired guy that's going into the military.
That's what I said.
That's the only name I can't remember.
But anyway,
I thought I had them all.
I bet you they'll be there.
Oh yeah,
they'll be there. Noah ain't missing anything.
Yeah,
they'll have
a good time.
They'll have some dogs too.
Yeah, they'll get some dogs ready.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it takes.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, dip your toes in the water a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the same way. Like, I still only have woods dogs, but like, I was like, I'm gonna find a woods dog that can do it. You know, if I'm gonna go and spend the money, I like being there. I like watching it. I don't want to bay, 9.2s anymore. I want to bay. I want to bay 9.9s. I want to bay 10s. Yeah.
You want to be on the field, not on the bench.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And that's what that's what it came to with us. It was like we were hitting a hole every now and then. We did good in the terrier stuff, but there wasn't a huge amount of competition either. I mean, we were competing against 25 other dogs as opposed to 250.
Right.
So, I was like, we're coming all the time. We're here. We're spending money. We're going to support it. We need to get something that we,
Yeah.
And we've got a little bit in return here and there. Right. Dogs have been pretty good. Sometimes they're crazy. But
they wasn't acting right the first day. They had a good second day, but y'all were about ready. Y'all were about done with the
I wasn't even mad. I was just like, yeah, update. They still fucking suck. Because I was laughing real hard. I didn't realize anybody was over there. And Chaos had done like 6 loops. And I was like, update, Chaos, you still suck, buddy. And then I heard somebody laughing. I was like, oh, I didn't realize there's other people over. I thought
like he's made mistakes. But it's like, I think he was like playing.
Yeah.
I've learned to not have
the
any
errors were unforced. I mean, they weren't hog-induced errors. It was just
like running around.
Just doing it, to having a good time.
You know why he did that? To piss y'all off.
Yes.
But the thing is, I wasn't even really mad. Well, like, at the $2 World Cup, I was mad about that. Because I had put so much effort into conditioning and working with these dogs, and they still did it. And it was like, this time, one thing Dad and I talked about, I was like, we're going to have fun. We have to have fun. Because as soon as, there's no point in not having fun. So,
I guess the work's too serious.
You get consumed rather than in the passion.
I will gladly say I did not have any expectation anytime I turned a dog loose in that pen. I was like, whatever they do is what they do. And if they suck, I'll be like, man, they sucked it up. They do good. They did good. I'm still going to pet my dog. As long as they engage the hog and work it, we're at least doing better than a lot.
Chaos and Junior come back and had a beautiful 2-dog run.
That was.
I mean, it was
there. Yeah. And then it was like, that's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Well, the bay off, they did good.
I think they just had so much dirt in our eyes. Chaos couldn't even see out of one eye.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. It was very, very dry.
Yeah.
It was bad dusty. I mean, not making excuses.
The light was getting lower, too, at that point.
I think they were just trying to stay out of all of it. And because, there was a couple hogs that come out that just the whole head was just solid. Yeah, I don't know how they could even see, and the dogs were like I said, they come out of the pen and their eyes were completely clogged up with dirt. So, I'm not saying that's why he done a loop or that one where he got up against the wall had to kind of turn out.
That's
he could have stayed in, but if he got his eye clogged up, that might be why he turned out. But then again, he could just be a puss. I don't, is what it is.
The dog loop, no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, we were the fourth. We were fourth, so it wasn't fourth out of 5,000 dogs, but we were the fourth out of all the ones that were there.
Yeah.
So I was happy that they at least had one damn good run. My Lord, it's aggravating. Matt had a pretty decent couple runs. But
Dove did good every time.
Yeah,
she gets some
Randy. She's got some energy.
She's got some spunk to her. It's funny how those gyps, those kind of
better and
smaller statured gyps, they always seem to have a little bit of that spunk to them.
Just a little wiry motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only I don't know if it's just she needs to be associated more with stuff going on, no more noise and shit like that, distractions. Because that's the only thing. She'll be when she's baying, it is.
Oh yeah, once
beautiful.
she's settled in.
But if any little thing moves or does it, she'll turn her head real quick. I mean, it's not like checking it out really, but she just glances. And,
Can't have a glance.
No. One thing is she hasn't been bayed a whole lot, and so you know, we got several bays in a row. We'll see how it goes. Because we've got, speaking of that, we've got a couple of events coming up.
Sure enough.
We got the Cane Creek Classic this weekend, which is not a bay pen. It's a coon hunt. Jeremy Gardner's putting it on Cane Creek Kennels here in Mississippi. And it's this coming weekend, September, what's the dates? 9th. Okay, so, I mean, if you guys are local to that area and you're listening, y'all check it out. It's for the KSBA, the Kimmer Stock Breeders Association. And then we have our next event would be
Broughton Island.
Broughton Island. What day's that?
September 15th, 16th.
Yep, 15th and 16th, I believe.
Now they're going to have.
And interestingly enough, Broughton Island is not actually an island. It's actually going to be in Brunswick, Georgia.
There we go.
It is on the mainland.
I've never, I've never been there.
I hadn't been there
last year I was going to go, and I don't even remember what happened. I think we wound up having another event or something at the same time. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There was some reason I couldn't go.
But I'm pretty fired up about that one. I'm excited about that one.
Like I said, I've got, as far as I know, we don't have anything else going. We got that planned.
They're having a puppy,
They're having a puppy, one dog, and youth bay, I believe, is the three on that.
Good deal.
And then the next weekend.
And the reason they're only doing that is because, like, they don't have a limited amount of hogs that they have that they can work right now. And it takes quite a few hogs to put on a big show.
I think that's something people don't understand is, that as part of having good stock is having enough hogs to get through a show. And, those hogs get tired too. Yeah, Georgia, I mean, with the testing that we have to go through and everything, it's tough to maintain a lot of stock, but they've got enough, and there's some good stock. I've talked to some people about the stock down there that have some they got some pretty tough hogs down there, so it ought to be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm excited to go.
Get a few of those Florida boys to come up. I hear the Gallberry boys from Hilliard are coming up. That's Cody Godwin and Connor Edwards.
Yes, sir.
And
the legends.
Those two cats are a good time everywhere they go.
Yes.
So I'm excited about seeing them.
Yeah, there's guys that have good times with them all the time.
Yeah. Might get a Justin Becker appearance and a few other people.
Oh, Knothead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'd be great to have him up. I got to meet him at the Downsville Bay. I got to shake hands with a bunch of those guys. I'd met Connor and Cody before at the hunt that you guys put on at the Tulsa Standard, and that we had a good time just sitting there talking and stuff. And ever since then, they've always kind of checked in and just say, hey, how you doing?
Them two boys are two of my brothers. I mean, I love both of them.
You can tell they're great guys.
Do anything for them.
Well, when we were in Downsville, my blood sugar was acting up. Man, I wasn't feeling really good. And I came up and talked to everybody for a little bit, and I say, I'm going to ease back down here. Shoot, it wasn't long, here they come.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll be up here a minute. They was like, no, man, just going to come talk for a few minutes and see how you were doing. Are you okay? And which Connor, is he a firefighter?
Yeah, Connor's firefighter.
So I figured that, probably got a lot of like the EMT training and stuff. So
the old stork.
Yeah. They catch some hogs.
They do catch
big
some
hogs, man.
Down there in them gallberries.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
And boys will hunt too. If you go down there and hunt with them, you just better be ready to hunt and hunt hard. But
I like that.
After Broughton Island, we got
Baby Boy.
Yeah, Baby Boy Kerr's putting on a bay at the Boar's Nest in Tyler, Texas.
Yep, Charles
that'll be a good time.
Putting it on. I didn't get to go to the last one, but they said it was.
Yeah, I heard it was a good bay. Hunter was over there helping them dub some hogs and just work hogs around the pen and whatnot. And she was saying they got some pretty good stock over there, so that ought to be a fun one.
It's we do the terrier trials there, which will be the following weekend, be the first weekend of October.
Y'all got a month and a little bit, don't you?
Oh yeah, yes. Like I said, we've got a few weeks that we're going to be on the road. But like the bay, the one in Tyler, the bay there, probably just gonna take dogs and go and just bay and have a good time. Not, I think there's, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a couple of vendors already there.
Right.
So I mean, I'm no sense in me doing all that. Let's go have some fun.
That's
bay
right.
some dogs. Because I mean, like yesterday, I watched one bay.
Yeah, y'all were.
Dude, them folks out there in Oklahoma know how to
They
do
were
business.
ready. They were ready.
I'm
How much
telling
you get for these?
Yes.
We'll open after the old young.
Yeah.
them folks were fired up to get them some Dixie Dogger stuff.
They were just standing down there and it was like, well, it's going to be a couple of hours. Okay. They just stayed hanging around. I was like, hell yeah. And then the next day, we went ahead and opened up early, got everything set out. And I'm glad we did because there's no way I could have kept up.
Right.
I started stamping at 9 and I quit at 4. And then I went back and started doing. I mean, that's nonstop. That's the whole time.
Well, and you stamped collars right before I left at probably 10:30 last night.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, we were doing for no. Like I said, it wasn't a huge crowd there. It was a good turnout. But the people that were there, they bought a lot of stuff.
Right.
And if any of you guys are listening, we thank you. We appreciate you. If y'all need anything else, like I said, we're gonna come back. And at the next one in December, you need something, you can pre-order it. You can get online. You can hit our website, check it out, or you can private message us, whatever. Tell us what you need, and we'll have it ready when we get there. And all you got to do is pick it up.
I will make sure to have some Boars N Broads apparel on location.
Boy, they're gonna whoop you.
I've got whooped multiple times.
Yeah.
But I will.
That's
make
what
sure
we were talking about before. I talked with Ryan some and talking about maybe carrying some merch of you guys' stuff, so that way it's on hand, even if you're not there.
Right.
Hey, there you go. That way it's everybody still gets their stuff.
We can do it. We can do it.
Because you gotta have everybody walking around with that big B&B on.
Heck yeah! I saw a couple. I saw a couple B&B hats in the wild. Folks out there.
Yeah, they was in the wild for
they
sure.
They were repping, man. They were repping.
Like I said, Noah's the one that we gotta deck him out.
Yeah.
We gotta get him some good jorts.
Oh,
Got to have some jorts.
Yeah.
He needs some cowboy boots with we can do the DXD on the cowboy boots on the side.
Oh man,
he's got his beer holder.
We need to make him a shirt that says "Sweat Hog Hunter." HAWG.
Yes, now we're talking. Dude, those guys were a good time. It was fun.
Yeah, no, we had a good time. I had a great time. I'll be completely honest. I
got to see a tank of a hog standing out in the field, like right across the road from where we're doing this at.
Yeah,
and it was a no-go.
It was a no-go.
Can't go, can't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. I slid up there and looked at it, and I will confirm it was a heifer. It was not a hog. It was a heifer laying down.
That's what I kept telling them. I was like, I said, it looks like it's bad that way.
It looked. I wanted it to be a hog, but it was a heifer. I had to go take a peek at it.
I was talking to Rusty, and he said, there's a group of like 30.
Yeah.
He said, if they're there, you're going to know it. He said, it's like 30 or 40 of them. I was like, I said, listen, we need to pray they don't come out. I tell them, not 30 or 40. I was like, these boys are standing on the side of the road with cur dogs ready to go. And like I said, it's a good time, the whole deal. So looking forward to the next one. Then we got Downsville coming up October 19th.
Yeah.
That'll be the final leg.
Yeah, that's the final leg for this year.
They're going to crown the world champ again. We don't know who it's going to be. I don't know. Could it be? Would it be? Should it be? Old Goose? I don't know. I don't know what the points are looking like.
I have no idea.
Or is a hand grenade or one of those dogs going to come out from behind?
I honestly have no idea. I know I'll be there.
Oh yeah,
I know I'll be
without
watching.
a doubt. The way I'm looking at it is Cowboy's going to be in the top on anything all the time. Most underrated dog in the world. Most unappreciated damn dog.
Man, a lot of folks talk about him being a help dog. There was one run that he and Goose run at the 2-Dog World Cup where he was far from just a help dog. Yeah, he was far from just a set. It was probably one of the best runs I've seen him run. I mean, he really stepped up.
And he's old, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Cowboy now?
I don't know.
10?
I don't know.
Shoot, I don't know.
Randy, we talked about it before, but I think he's probably double digits. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's
He's an
the
older
dog,
dog
yeah.
too. So the fact that he can still keep up the pace at that age is
Well, you know that when I first started going and watching a lot of it, or started going to Downsville, I'd watch Max and Goose run a lot, and man, I'm telling you, that Max dog,
Yeah, he's a dog.
that's a damn hand right there too. So, but there's so many good dogs. I mean, Ricky Campbell and them, they got 100 of them.
Them
Every
two
dog
dogs
they
off
have
of
is-
Rooster, them two, I think they're blue tick cat crosses.
Yeah.
But man, I love watching that. Rip is one of them, and then I can't remember the other one. But man, watching those dogs work, they put on,
Is it Brandon?
What's that?
Brandon? Let's go, Brandon. One of the dogs' name is Brandon or something
Is
like
it?
that. Yeah.
It might
I'm
be.
pretty sure it is. Cause I think so. It's like,
But
let's
them-
go, Brandon, or something. For some reason.
That's funny if it is. But them two dogs put on there's a lot of dogs that aren't real flashy and sparky and anything like, but it seems like them two dogs always draw a rank hog and they always bay the
They
hog in the
perform.
middle. And
Yes,
it is
they
a
put on a show.
daggum show every time they step in there.
I'll tell you a couple of dogs that one of them's kind of new to the whole deal. Shelby Cruz has is that little Walker dog
Yeah.
of hers, young dog.
Yeah.
That some gun right there will get it. Very young. I think it's just out of the pup, just,
Really?
old enough. Yeah, I think it's like 16, 18 months old or something.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the dog's name, but that son bitch right there.
I've been called a hound hater for a long time.
I was yesterday. Or the day
yeah,
before
you got
yesterday.
called a hound hater a few times, I heard.
Yeah, I got called a bunch of
But I-
shit. That's what happened when you judge.
But I'll
They
come
let
out
me
here.
fuck around and judge the woods class, and it wasn't good.
I'll come out on record and say that I'm not a hound hater. And
Mhm.
I will say that there's not a more beautiful sound than a hound baying.
Yeah, just lay it down, baby.
Man, that's, especially if they're spunky too,
Yeah,
pretty rough, get in there. I mean, that's like Blue Boy was one of the first hounds that I really got to watch. And man,
Mhm.
every time he's in the pen, I'm going to make sure I'm up there to watch him run.
yeah. There's, I know when I first started going, or first started taking notice to a lot of these, because there was a lot of times, man, I was going for years, and I couldn't tell you any of the dogs,
Right.
none of their names. I was there to have fun, to support it. I really wasn't paying attention to none of it. Just having a good time, and made sure I entered dogs.
Right.
I couldn't tell you how many runs if I ran a 5.5 or a 10.9. I don't know. I was running dogs. And like I said, just donate my money. But I can honestly say there's quite a few people that would be sitting around, and when old Blue Boy would go in there, Jared would be walking him up there. People would go up there and watch that one run because it was a hound. Because there's not a whole bunch of hounds
There's not.
that are doing this, and they'd be like, "Listen, to that son of a bitch," and he just pat them feet, shake that head, and just spit in his face a little bit.
Yeah.
And when he wants to be ornery,
He'll be on.
you ain't gonna whoop him.
No.
You can whoop on him,
Yeah.
but you ain't gonna whoop
Yeah,
him.
you definitely. I've watched him take a beating or two a couple times, and one thing that has always been constant, he has rolled up and got right back to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
every damn time. And that's there were several hounds like that. Mr. Ricky Campbell and them, they had that rooster dog. That son gun was, that rascal right there was something.
What?
They still got that one Charlie Brown, don't they?
I think so. I don't know. I think so.
That's a rough
Yeah,
shot.
that's a bad dude too. So,
I think he's a red bone, ain't he?
mm-hmm. See, and that's another thing. Like we were kind of discussing with Rusty is we're gonna have the woods class, but we're gonna have here's your best of the best hound, here's your best of the best curs.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then have a showdown of those two. It ain't even got to be a bay off. It'll be basically a bay off, but it'll be like, okay, you signed up in the hound division. Here's your cur division. The winners out of those, we're gonna bay them off.
I like
We're
that.
gonna see who the best is.
I like that.
Get the boxing gloves ready, boys.
Yes, sir.
Changing the game.
I like
Going
that.
old school. Old backyard bay.
That's
Middle of
that's
field.
what this environment, you know,
Yeah.
see, and you know,
But it's big enough that you can win some money.
right, exactly, and you know, it's not, you know, just 5-10 dogs in the bay. I mean, there, you know, we had pretty good numbers.
Yeah, we had a couple hundred dogs. There.
Yeah, and I think,
Or a
you
couple
know,
hundred runs, but
you know, I think
the
putting
next one will be
yeah,
twice that. I
Right.
imagine.
right. I just hope it ain't like 10 degrees. I don't do very good in the cold.
Yeah.
Old 12, I don't think he does very good in
Because
the
the
cold
way
either.
that breeze was blowing up there, today, you know.
The Joker, I
So
watched
if
him.
it was cold, imagine that breeze cutting across
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Shoot.
Well, I watched 12 this morning when we got up there. That Joker was shivering, and it was like 75 degrees.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's not cold.
Yeah,
Now, the night before, it got
Yeah,
down
yeah.
in the mid to low 60s. Dude,
The first
Oh,
night
man,
I
it
think was
felt
the coldest
phenomenal.
night.
when I was out there trying to sleep in front of the supply store while them boys was out there rustling up them cans at 4 o'clock in the morning, it felt
Grind don't stop.
phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
No, grind don't stop, man.
No, them
Can't
boys
let a
grinding all the
crackhead
time.
out hustle you today.
Yeah, that's right. So, anything else y'all can think of we need to throw out there for the community that you can think of?
I think I'm good.
All right. Well, we just wanted to do a little update and give you a calendar of events that's coming up. Try to give a shout out to all the people that we can think of off the top of our head. Want to say thanks to anybody who's listening, anybody who supports us. Click, like, subscribe, share, do all those things, and that keeps us going. And the more you do that, the more we'll be able to do this. Do the same thing. Check out Boars N Broads. Check all their social media and stuff out. Check out Not Normal Adventures with Justin Becker. He's got a great little deal going on there. Got some good primo videos, some old hog dog stuff.
Going to Rumble too. That is one
Yes.
thing we should mention before
Yes,
we get done. We're
You're going to run. We
Yeah.
got our account set up.
Yeah,
but
we just haven't posted
haven't
yeah,
anything.
we're going to Rumble.
Becker's already
Becker's already transferred
there. Y'all
over.
go check out. If you're already following Becker, go check him out on Rumble. Don't sit and just watch the same YouTube shit. Go back over and check him out, and let's get that built up.
Yeah, if we can get Rumble built up, then
Yes.
I think that'll be a real, because we'll be able to produce better content.
Yeah, that was so limited on what we could
Right.
produce.
You know, they neck us down so much on
Yeah,
YouTube.
can't show what you guys want to see. You're gonna have to help us get it there,
Right.
because we can put it out there, but they're gonna take it down.
Yep.
So we get on another platform as well that will allow it, but we got to have the followers, you listeners, and stuff like that. And we ain't got to play favorites. Let's do it to everybody that's in this industry.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get over there and check out hogbaying.com stuff. They got a website. You can buy merchandise from them. Buy merchandise from Boars N Broads, Justin Becker and them. Hell, Ed Barnes, Tusker's Magazine,
Southern Hound
Southern
Hunting
Hound
Mag,
Living Magazine. Yes, there's
Animal Housing Solutions,
their Animal Housing Solutions. Get your kennels built up. Things for you.
Southern Cross Cut Gear,
Without a doubt, Southern Cross
Hardcore
Cut Gear.
Cut Gear,
Hardcore.
Hardcore Hog Dogs.
He's got a new light out.
Oh, that thing's
The
sweet.
night, the light is
check.
nice.
It is nice. You'll be able to purchase it from him on his website, Hardcore.
I think I'm gonna put a video out
And
on
we're
it.
gonna start
at some point this
wholesaling.
week.
I mean,
yeah.
we're gonna start selling them as well.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put a video out on it this week. It's
Are
because that was kind of what we had talked to Michael about, you know.
Yes.
But I wanted to make sure
That's
that,
what we're
you know,
we're gonna do something similar. I guess like a review.
Yeah.
You know,
Hunter tried to steal mine from me, and I was like, "No, I can't give you that one. I'll buy you one.
Yeah.
But I can't give you that one."
well, that's what I took. That there was a couple people tried to buy that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get you one,
Yeah.
but no,
You can't have that one.
No, sir. That come from the man himself, Mr. Michael. So, but all these guys that do this stuff and girls that do this stuff, they Everybody works hard. It's a job, you know, to be able to do this and to try to do it full time. Some of us have, we still have full-time jobs. But, we got a couple of businesses that we do, and we still got to hunt, got to get content. It's not just playtime all the time. It's work. And in order to do that, after you get it filmed, you got to sit and do all this editing and stuff. Like Carter and Nate, they do all that. I don't do none of that shit, so I couldn't tell you nothing about it, and it's probably glad that I don't. But that's why when you watch the videos, that's why subscribing and liking the videos and finishing the video, that's why that's so important. Because that's what gets them to the next
And if
level.
you don't like the video, tell us why you didn't like it.
Sure.
We can't read your mind.
Oh, no.
You can't just comment, you suck. At least tell me why I'm sucking.
Yeah, exactly. So, but y'all just keep everything steady and ready, and we're gonna keep it between the ditches, and we are headed home, and we'll get y'all another episode out as soon as possible. Y'all make sure in the meantime to look out for Ed Barnes' Dogmen podcast with Carter Shultz on it. So there's your shameless plug, Ed. Love y'all guys. Thank you.
Thank you.